be kicking off the Foundation for Network Marketing Success. And as we get into the content here, I'm going to start out with a warning. And the warning is to take this as seriously as I have. And here's the thing. I know a lot of times we want what's sexy. And what's sexy is the how-tos. You know, it's the scripts, it's the closing skills, the invitation, the presenting, all of those things. And listen, I'm going to give you no shortage of how-tos in this course. You're going to get a lot of that. But if we don't start out with the foundation, if I don't get into your mind, if I don't get into who you are as a person, I'm really doing a disservice to you. And so listen, the how-tos are never enough. It's all about the inner game. If how-tos were enough, we'd all be rich, skinny, and happy. So it is less about the how-tos, and it's really more about who you are as a person when it comes to becoming a millionaire in network marketing. And I'll just tell you, for me, becoming a millionaire in network marketing, if I look at what I had to do in order to make that happen, you know, the how-tos of it, the how-tos were really not that difficult. The most difficult thing by far was believing it could happen to me. I had to become the kind of person who could earn $1 million before I could ever have the check. And that's going to be true for you. You have to become a millionaire before you're ever going to get the money. You've got to become the top rank in your company before you ever get the pin. See, it's never about, you know, once I have the results, then I'll become the person. You have to become the person first before you'll ever have the results. It's kind of like when I meet people and they say, man, you know, if I only had my dream spouse, then I'd be happy. Listen, chances are your dream spouse, they already want someone who is already happy. So become happy so you can attract that person. And this is all about foundation. And here's a quote that I want you to write down. I want you to never forget this the rest of your career in network marketing. But that is to build a really tall building, you have to dig a really deep foundation. And I'll tell you, my foundation phase was a lot longer than I wanted. It was over 5 years before I got to a full-time income. But what happened along that journey, I have to look back at it now and I have to be grateful, because I know if I hadn't gone through that struggle, if I didn't spend so much time working on myself through personal development, through, you know, reading books, through going to seminars, through all of the things that I did, I don't think I'd end up having the kind of success that I've had today. And I am a kind of a simple guy. I like to break it down to basics. And so the formula for success is pretty simple. Your success and your wealth is going to be equal to your financial vehicle multiplied by your effort, multiplied by your skill. And so, you know, I believe the financial vehicle of network marketing is the greatest financial vehicle in the world. There's no other profession in the world that allows you to make the kind of money that you can make, have the kind of time freedom, and be able to spend your life just helping other people. And so you are in the right profession. Then it boils down to your effort and your skill. And we're going to talk more about the financial vehicle of network marketing in another module. We're going to talk about effort. I'm going to go through the numbers of what you'll have to go through, in my opinion, if you want to go out and produce $1 million results. And then the final thing is skill. And I just commend you. I applaud you for investing in this program, in this 7-week coaching program, because it is going to put you in the top 1% of 1% of all network marketers in the world. You are going to be part of the elite of the elite. So do not sell yourself short and skip out on any of the lessons. Do not skip out on any of the modules, because, you know, at the end, I'm going to give you marching orders that are going to create tangible results for you, in my opinion. And if you skip the modules, if you skip this foundation building phase, it is not going to work for you like you really want it to. And so as I go through this, again, it may not be the sexiest thing in the world, but in my opinion, it is the most important. And what I want to jump into here is the lifestyle success formula, and it really kind of boiling down what to expect. Now, I have actually, I owned my own network marketing company for almost 5 years. And I ended up hiring a retention firm. And what they do is they go out and they've surveyed thousands and thousands of people who have quit network marketing. And the number one reason why people quit network marketing is because of false expectations. You know, they expected it to be easy. And when it wasn't easy like they expected, they quit. They gave up. And this is a career plan. In fact, I think I heard this from Eric Worre the first time, but it's the 1357 career plan, which basically says if you're new to network marketing, it's going to take you about a year to just figure out what you're doing. It's going to take you a year to become competent. And what this course is all about, it's about shortening and lessening the learning curve. It's about collapsing these time frames. But for the average person, it takes about a year just to figure it out. It takes about 3 to 5 years to get to a full-time income. It takes about 5 to 7 years to get to a 6 to multiple 6 figures per year. And it takes about 7 to 10 years to become world class. And, you know, these numbers, obviously, there is no guarantee. If I look at my background in network marketing after a year, I probably was not real competent. It took me about a little over 5 years to get full time. Now, I got started at 18 and I had a lot of growth that I needed to go through. But what happened was between 5 to 7 years, I got to a multiple 6-figure a year income. And then within 7 to 10 years, I really felt like I was world class. Like I could just, if I had to start from scratch and do it all over again, I could do that. And a quick note here, this plan works only if you really show up. If you are, number one, learning, if you're putting in the effort, if you're attending events, if you're doing all the things necessary, you know, these are some of the numbers that I think you should expect. Now, if you believe you can do it a lot sooner, let's go for it. There's no reason why it has to take this long, but what I'm saying essentially is sometimes you have to be a little bit patient with yourself. And so, you know, this is a quick visual of really what people expect success in network marketing to look like. It's like I get in, I'm going to produce some activity, I'm going to get instant results, and then all of a sudden I'm going to be living this amazing lifestyle. And those of you, if you've been in network marketing for any amount of time, you realize it may not, you know, exactly work exactly this way. And here's a quick visual that, again, the first couple sections here, Eric Worre actually drew this out for me. And he said, what success in network marketing actually looks like is more like this. And you can see the curve there of activity leading to results, leading to lifestyles. And what it really all boils down to is a few simple disciplines practiced every day. And it's one thing to look at this and understand it logically, but here's where the challenge is. If you look at that first area on the left where the activity is, it just doesn't seem to matter. You know, you're putting in all of this effort and you're not reaping the benefits. And it's one of the things that's true in network marketing, like is true in traditional business. If you're starting a business, there's usually some time that you have to put in before you turn a profit. And, you know, the average business, you're looking at 2 to 5 years before you turn a profit. In network marketing, you know, people are upset if they don't turn a profit their first week. And so, you know, that's the challenge. It's like I'm doing all this work, and I'm not getting paid. And if you carry through with the program, you notice the growth curve all of a sudden kind of goes way up, doesn't it? And it's that consistent effort over time. Now, if you look at the formula for failure, it's a few errors in judgment repeated every day. And again, it doesn't really seem to matter. If you're, you know, you start off making a few errors in judgment, it doesn't seem to matter. It's kind of like with your body. If you're eating a greasy, fattening cheeseburger, and you do that, 2, 3, 4, 5 days in a row, it doesn't really seem to matter. It's not like you've put on a bunch of weight, but if you consistently do that every single day, if you're eating, you know, greasy cheeseburgers and chocolate bars and fattening foods, you do that consistently over time, and that is going to lead to negative results in your body. And kind of like,
okay, so let me tend to explain this in a simpler way. Now, we all know that we're in a business. We're in a business, the empowered consumerism business, aka M Global. We're in a business of sharing information. You share information about the lifestyle, about the financial gain, about the products, because depending on your prospect point of motivation, you get paid. Now, all of you already know, like I said yesterday, network marketing industry, multi-level marketing industry is the #1 industry that pays the most in the whole world. More than, in fact, when you're talking about in the business world, industries that pays the most, that people there make money the most, #1 is network marketing. Don't take me for my word. Go on Google and do your research. Now, before you talk about football club, before you talk about the entertainment, that's the music and the acting and every other thing, the multi-level marketing industry takes #1 position in the world. And even in Nigeria, guys, even a politician, the governor of was it in Anambra State, he even testified, that was the previous governor, he testified with his mouth that in Nigeria, the kind of money a lot of network marketers make in Nigeria is even more than the money a lot of politicians make. Quote me. You can quote me anywhere. Let's analyze the kind of money network marketers makes in Nigeria is more than the kind of money politicians make. Is more than the kind of money politicians are paid. That's for network marketers that know what they are doing. So many of us, we get started with this business. Now, we tend to, in our foundation class, there's this video, one of our training video, expectation management. They talked about it. Now, because you expected success, you expect to succeed in this business, the excitement phase, you got started, you know, your expectation is that you must succeed. But guess what? Out of every 100, in fact, out of every 10 persons that join our business, having the expectation of success, let me tell us something. 70% fail in our business. Why? Because they have a wrong expectation. Just like Mr. Matt Morris explained to us, wrong expectation means few errors in judgment. The moment they join the business and they notice that it requires hard work, that they have to work in order to succeed, guess what? 70% give up. And that is what? Few errors in judgment repeated every day. But people, the 30% that really succeed in this business are people that practice few discipline, things they are being taught, skills they are being taught on a daily basis. They end up succeeding. That's the truth. And that is why he gave us the formula of success in our business is what? The formula of success is, generally in life, is having the financial vehicle. Now, for each and every one of us, what's your financial vehicle? The empowered consumerism business model. Now, times multiplied by your efforts, meaning a work must be done. If you don't do the work, then forget it. A work must be done. Few discipline, practice every day. Discipline, meaning you need to discipline yourself every day to practice those things, to do the work every day. Then multiplied by the skill, meaning you need to learn the 7 fundamental skills for you to succeed in this business. That is the only thing that will guarantee you to what? To success. But people that the moment they join and they notice that the activities, they discover that they have to work, a work have to be done, they start having errors in their judgment, and before you know what happened, they give up. That's what Mr. Matt Morris is trying to explain here for us.
Success with working out. You know, you go to the gym and it's like, man, I worked out really hard today. How come I don't have a 6-pack abs? How come I don't have 5% body fat? Well, it's simple disciplines that you've got to practice every day if you want to have the results. And so here's what I'm going to encourage you to have is really get into entrepreneurial.
Please, someone is saying there is no sound. If you know you can hear me, go to the chat box and type 1. Mr. Olatunde is saying there is no sound. If you can hear me, go to the chat box and type 1. Please, if you can hear me, go to the chat box and type 1. Okay, then Mr. Olatunji, I think the issue is from your side, not from my side. So let's continue.
wishful thinking. See, the average person, the reason why they live average lives is because they expect to trade hours for dollars. You know, I work 40 hours and I make 40 hours worth of income. And in network marketing, what happens, it's kind of like this. It's work, 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 get paid. And then work, 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 get paid. My buddy Eric Grosbowski says it best. And he says, if you just continually keep going, it gets to the point where you go into a situation where you go work, 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 get paid, work, 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 get paid, work, work, get paid, work, get paid, work, get paid, get paid, get paid, get paid, get paid, work, get paid, get paid, get paid. That's the way it works in network marketing, but you've got to put in the time when it doesn't seem to matter. And it seems like in the beginning, you're putting in so much effort, but you're not getting any rewards. Well, it all switches and it gets to the point where when you have a large organization, you're making so much income, whether you work or not. It's that residual aspect. And so I just want to give you hope. If you've been struggling, this is really what it was like for me. You know, I worked and worked and worked, and it was like, when is it all going to come together? And I just kept working on myself. I kept working on my skills. I kept going to seminars, I kept reading books, I kept listening to audios, and then all of a sudden it came together and the lifestyle all of a sudden just unfolded. Now on the next slide here, this is what success in network marketing feels like. And sometimes this is kind of like your group or your income is you get started and maybe it takes you a little while to have some results, but then you have some results and then it goes down. You know, it's like I built a group to 20 people and then it went down to 10, or maybe you build a group to 100 people and it goes down to 60. And this is the valley of death for most network marketers. This is what takes most people out of the game. Well, actually, most people never even get started, but for those that do get started, it's this valley that takes them out. And the way I look at it is I wanted someone to tell it to me straight. And I'm going to tell it to you straight. There's going to be a challenge. I've never seen anyone go straight up. Every multi-million-dollar earner I've ever met and know in network marketing, they've gone through this valley. They've gone backwards before they went up. It's kind of like climbing a mountain. You know, if you saw any of my videos when I was climbing Mount Kilimanjaro, you know, we'd go up. One day we went up to 15,000 feet and then we went all the way back down to 13,000 feet. We basically finished the day at about the same elevation that we started at. And it's like I went all day, went up, and then we had to go all the way back down. Well, listen, sometimes to get to the top of the mountain, you have to go down for a period of time before you can climb back up. And so I want you to just realize if you're going through a valley, sometimes you just have to expect that. It is part of the game. The key is to keep going.
Now, this graph is now explaining the reality of life in every business. In fact, in life generally, not just in business. But now let's bring it down to our business. Now, when you get started, you're excited, you're making money, you're attending the millionaire school, you're acting on what you're learning, you're working hand in hand with your leaders. Now, as you're growing in the business, you're making money. Now, what happens at the time when it's as if you're not experiencing challenges? You're not making as much money as you used to make. People are not responding to you. Now, he called it the valley of death. So it is in our area, in other areas of our life. Things are happening, things are good, but all of a sudden, things started slowing down. You start facing challenges, you start facing difficulties. Now, in this valley of death, remember, is when you have the urge to quit. Now, what Mr. Matt Morris is telling us that at this valley of death is what defines people, is what makes people. And that is why we say we are not going to allow you to quit. We will hold you by the hand and ensure you do what? You continue your journey to success. That's what this graph is trying to explain.
Now, I'm going to go a little bit deeper here. And if we go back to the original chart here, the success failure chart, you've got your activity leads to results and your results lead to the lifestyle. So the lifestyle comes from results and the results come from activity. And this is what most people focus on. They only focus on the activity. And what happens is when you just focus on the activity, if you don't have the motivation, to go out and produce results, if the phone weighs 800 pounds and you just feel like you can't pick it up, you can't force yourself, or you can't will yourself to go take the do the activity, then you got to go a little bit deeper. And I'm speaking to you from personal experience. This is how I lived my life the first few years. It was like, why will I not go make the calls? Why will I not go meet people? And I was just trying to force myself to do it. I'd say, all right, I'm going to go to the mall, and I'm not going to leave the mall until I get 5 phone numbers. And I'd walk around for 3 hours and I'd get no phone numbers. And I had to go deeper than just looking at the activity. I just couldn't seem to get myself to will myself to do it. And so on the next chart here, what you notice is activity is actually the fourth when it comes to the success formula here. See, activity comes from feelings. Call that motivation. If you're motivated to make the calls, you're more likely to make the calls. If you're motivated to go to the gym, you'll go to the gym. But if you don't have the proper motivation, you're not going to do the activity. So where does the feeling and the motivation? That comes from your belief system, your belief about who you are, your capabilities, your confidence, your belief about other people, your belief about network marketing. See, everything, really kind of rises and falls based on your beliefs. And where do your beliefs come from? Your beliefs come from your programming. And so I'm going to break down kind of a lot of the science of the human mind here. And this is something that I think you absolutely want to take notes on. You want to understand this formula, because over the years in network marketing, you're going to have so many people that come to you and they're struggling. And I know for me, for many, many years, I felt like almost a bad leader, because someone would come to me and they'd say, I'm doing the right scripts, I'm making the right calls, I'm saying the right things, but I just can't seem to produce results. And what I would do is I would try and go through and try and tweak their script and have them follow a different system. And what I finally realized, and this is when my ability to coach others really skyrocketed, is when I realized it's not about the how-tos, it's about them as a person. See, I started creating results even though I didn't really understand this. It's because I spent so long working on my foundation. I spent so long working and correcting my belief system. I started having results, but I didn't realize other people were broken like I was. And so what I started doing as a coach, to other people, was really showing people how to change their belief system, change who they are, how to reprogram themselves, and how to, in a way, you could call it brainwashing. Am I saying you have to brainwash people? In a way, yes. Their minds are dirty. Your mind is, needs some cleanup in some cases. And so we've got to focus on the programming. That is the root of everything, is the programming. So let's get into, how you're programmed. And so there's 3 main ways that you have been programmed. And again, this programming leads to your belief. The beliefs lead to everything else. And so the first way is flat out your experiences. So maybe your success and failures. So maybe you've been involved in network marketing for a number of years, and maybe you failed in the past. And what most people would tend to believe is that if they failed in the past, they're not a good network marketer. Maybe you've been in network marketing for 5 or 6 years like I was, and you still haven't hit the home run. You still haven't gotten to a full-time income. And that could lead you to just look bad upon yourself and say, you know what, I'm not a good network marketer. And you could also look at childhood circumstances. I shared some of my childhood in the intro video. I grew up with a father who went to prison, was an alcoholic, would leave me at, I remember him left me at baseball practice, forgot to pick me up one day, left me stranded at the library. I had to run home in the rain as a 10-year-old boy. I had things like that happen that affected my belief system about my self-worth. He committed suicide when I was 13 years old. And I felt like, wow, if my father really loved me, then he wouldn't have abandoned me like that. And so, I had a kind of a warped belief system about myself. I was In school, I was the kid who finished in the half of the class that made the top half possible, not the sharpest tool in the shed. And so I never believed that I was a very smart person. And I also never had a lot of friends. That was an experience that I had growing up. I was never Mr. Popular. I never had many friends at all. I was always shy. I felt like a very awkward communicator. And so based on those experiences, that shaped my belief system and made me, really not think that I was capable of creating huge results in network marketing. Now, the other way that you're programmed is through external influences. So your friends, your family members, maybe your culture, you're programmed through the media. The media will strike fear in you that it's not safe to go out, it's not safe to talk to other people. Religion, education, there's so many different external forces that shape who you are, things that your parents said about you or family members said about you growing up. Maybe it's things that, your mom or dad said you were shy. And so, you took that on to be true. And I'm going to give you just a story about an experience. And, for me, and going back a little bit, I had an experience of failing in business. I started a marketing company online, ended up having a lot of success, and long story short, ended up $100,000 in debt. I ended up having to lay off one of my really good friends, and not a real fun experience. And I remember that day just looking at myself and feeling like a total failure. And I had to choose at that moment. Luckily, I had understood how the belief systems work at this point. And I said, I've got to consciously choose what I'm going to believe about this experience. And I said, I can choose to believe I'm a bad business person and I can not really reach for the, kind of lifestyle and the goals that I really want. Or I can just choose to believe that, this will make me a better business person. And I said, you know what, I've got to choose the latter. And I said, this is going to make me better because I know what not to do. And, getting back to external, to tell you a quick story about how something external programming affected me. I was in 6th grade in school, and, in athletics class, we had to run this 1-mile race, and it was 6 laps around this track. And I ran, I was, in the race, and about 100 kids. After the 3rd lap, I was in maybe 10th or 11th place. I was towards the front of the pack, and I was kind of excited because I was never a super athlete growing up, nothing like that. And I just said, I remember thinking to myself, like, all right, I'm going to see if I can win the race. And so I decided for the next 3 laps, I was going to run as hard as I possibly could. And so I gave it my all. I mean, I just ran as hard as I could. And what happened was I ended up finishing in 2nd place. Now, 2nd place out of 100 kids, when I had never been a great athlete before, I was super excited. And the one, kid that beat me, he was like the superstar athlete. And so I remember being so proud of myself, so excited. And I came home after school that day, and I went and told my mom. I said, Mom, we ran a 1-mile race, and out of 100 kids, I finished 2nd. The only kid who beat me was Johnny, and Johnny's like the best athlete in school. And my mom, being a loving mom, she put her arms around me and she said, oh, sweetie, I'm so proud of you. That's amazing, because our family, we're just not good runners at all. And then it just immediately, I took that on to be true. And I was like, I'm not a good runner. And now I remember thinking, as an impressionable young boy, I wonder why. And I remember thinking, I wonder if it's like our knees, or I wonder if it's just our muscles. I didn't know why I wasn't a good runner, but Mom told me our family are not good runners at all. And so guess how many races I tried to win after that? I didn't even try. I didn't even try to win another race because I believed that I was not a good runner. Now, the experience proved that I was. Based on experience, I was a good runner, but based on an external force programming me, I believed that I wasn't. And so you have to be amazingly mindful of external programming in your life. And, you know, the law of association is so true. If you take your 5 best friends and you average the amount of money that they have in their bank account, that is almost to the dollar how much you have in your bank account. You know, you are who you hang around with. You know, my friend and mentor, Les Brown, he says it best. He said, if you hang around with 9 broke friends, guess what? You're the 10th. So you have to be mindful. And if you've got external forces that are negatively programming you, that are saying negative things, then listen to me when I say this. You deserve to be treated the way that you allow yourself to be treated. I'm going to say it again. You deserve to be treated the way that you allow yourself to be treated. If you're allowing someone to speak negative about you, you deserve to have that happen. And so you have got to have a backbone. Don't have a wishbone where a backbone ought to be. You've got to stand up for yourself, and you've got to correct people. I had someone in my life one time when I told them about my goal of going out and being a millionaire, and I was going to produce this big organization. And this person laughed like I was just the most ridiculously stupid person in the world. Now, I got mad, and maybe it's, you know, a little bit of that personality coming out. But I remember I had to tell that person, I said, listen, if I love you, but don't ever say something like that about me again. Because he laughed, and he basically alluded to the fact that that would never happen. And so I just had to tell him not to ever say something like that again about me. And guess what? He didn't. So he respected me from that point on because I respected myself. And there are times when you may have to have a season of separation. There may be, you know, people in your life who you love and care about. And I've got people in my life that I love and care about, but I just don't spend that much time with them because I can't afford to have negative people, negative forces externally programming me, because I know the law of association is true. And sometimes that external programming, it may be someone as close to you as your spouse. And there may be, you know, times when you've got to stand up for yourself, and you have to just say to them, listen, I love you with all my heart. And I'm not asking you to do anything. I'm not asking you to build this business with me, but what I am asking you to do is respect me. What I am asking you to do is not speak negative to me. I married you because I want a partner who's going to support me in going after my goals and my dreams. Can I count on you for that? And see, if you don't have those crucial conversations, they will just not respect you until you stand up for yourself and respect yourself. Now, the third way that you're programmed, and this is by far the most powerful way that you're programmed, it's your internal programming. It's what you say and what you think about yourself. And the way the mind works, it almost works like a computer. You know, every keystroke on your computer gets registered in a registry. And it's the same thing. Every thought, everything that you say gets registered into your mind. And now, I'm not going to go through the depths of this right now. I could create a whole another course on, you know, programming of the mind, but you've got your conscious mind and you've got your subconscious mind. And the subconscious mind is infinitely more powerful than your conscious mind. And your subconscious mind, think of that as your identity. Your identity, it's who you are, or better stated, it's who you really what you really believe you deserve to have. And, you know, the way that my programming, the way it worked, what I really believed about myself was that I was a hard worker. You know, that was a good thing. I believed I was a hard worker, but I was also not the sharpest tool in the shed. I felt like I was too young to do network marketing. And, you know, I was broke. I was a bad communicator, and I was shy. I had all of these things that I was constantly professing to myself, that I was thinking about myself, and a lot of times saying to myself. And, you know, I would say things like, gosh, why am I so broke? And listen, what I learned is the quality of your life is based on the quality of the questions that you ask yourself. So every time I ask myself, why am I so broke? Or why am I such an idiot? Then your subconscious mind has to come up with an answer. And that's not an answer that you want to have. That's not a question that you want to create an answer for. And so here's the thing. Your subconscious does not understand the difference between a truth and a lie. It simply acts upon the programming given to it to carry out actions and results based on the identity that the subconscious creates. And so realize you are a sum total of what you have said and thought about yourself over all of the years. And because I grew up always being poor, I grew up with, a mom working 2 and 3 jobs to work her way through college and work her way through law school. And, my mom is a huge inspiration for me because by the time I got to high school, she actually got her law degree. She became an attorney. She's actually a judge today. And so she's a huge inspiration for me. And here's what happened is when she became an attorney and I was in high school, she still had to work a part-time job selling cosmetics in the mall, even though she was an attorney, because she got a job as basically an entry-level attorney and wasn't making a great income. She wanted to live in a nice neighborhood so she could send me to a good school. And so my programming was no matter how hard you work, no matter what you go through, money is hard to come by. Now, there's no real truth to that other than that's what I experienced and that's what I took on to be true. And so that's what I was always saying to myself, gosh, I'm so broke. And every time I said, gosh, I'm so broke, it became even more of my identity. So even though I didn't want those results, I was actually forcing myself to be broke because of what I was saying about myself. So we're literally hung by the tongue. And so what you have to do is you have to discipline your thoughts and your words. And this is an ongoing process. I have understood this for, well over 10 years, around 15 years. I've really understood this. And I still today have to catch myself. And, I still today have to, when I say something or think something disempowering, then I have to change that and say, wow, that's not like me at all. Normally I am XYZ, something positive. So you have to stop saying I'm so broke and you have to start telling yourself I'm so wealthy. Now, it's kind of like fake it till you make it. I don't believe at all in fake it till you make it, as in telling other people you're having more success than you are. I'm never lie, never say anything like that. You don't fake it till you make it with other people, but you fake it till you make it with yourself. And, the science of the mind says that the subconscious does not understand the difference between a truth and a lie. So what I'm saying essentially is lie to yourself about who you want to become. And so here's the thing. I told myself I was a multimillionaire thousands and thousands of times before I ever had the results. And so instead of saying I'm broke, you start saying I'm wealthy. Instead of saying, why am I such an idiot? You say, why am I such a genius? And you just correct yourself on the spot. Now, it was hard for me because I was so conditioned to do that. I did it over and over and over. So you have to be mindful of that. You've got to be disciplined about what you say and what you think about yourself. And so let's carry on. Beliefs. The key to momentum in network marketing is all about belief. It's belief in network marketing. It's belief in your company. It's belief in yourself. It's even belief about other people. It's belief about the world. It's a belief about a lot of other things. And, what you have to always be mindful of is if you believe that network marketing doesn't work, it's never going to work for you. If you believe that, your company doesn't have good recruiting tools, they're never going to work for you. If you don't believe that you're a powerful leader, you will never become one. And so again, but everything, in your success, your momentum is always going to come from belief. And so you've got to be, again, conscious to your constant programming. Next is your beliefs about yourself. And, Brian Tracy's quote, never say anything about yourself that you don't want to become true. Why did he say that? He said that because everything you say about yourself makes it more true. And, it's what do you believe about other people? Now, do you believe people are naturally lazy? Or do you believe people are naturally ambitious in their hearts? See, I believe people are naturally ambitious at their hearts. And because I've programmed myself to believe that, then that manifests itself. I have a lot more people that come around me who are very motivated. and ambitious because that's what I believe about other people. If you are just always saying, well, people are so lazy, then that's what's going to manifest in your life. Now, I've built businesses all over the world, in every country just about that I've ever done business in. I've spoken to audiences in about 25 to 30 countries around the world, and people are always pulling me aside and they're saying, Matt, you don't understand people in Singapore. You don't understand people in Malaysia. They don't like network marketing. You don't understand people in South Africa. You know, they don't have a strong work ethic. You don't understand people in Barbados. They think network marketing is a scam. And here's the bottom line is people are people. I don't care where you are in the world. I've had massive momentum in the worst economy in the world. I've had massive momentum in one of the best economies of the world. I've had where I just couldn't get my business to take off in amazing economies and bad economies. And it just all boils down to the leadership. It all boils down to the people who, you know, have the proper programming. And what do you believe about the world? You know, is the world an amazingly great place? Does everything happen for a reason? Yes, I personally believe everything happens for a reason. You know, what's your belief about money? Is money hard to come by? And if you believe that, if you're thinking money is hard to come by, it's going to be hard to come by for you. And so what you've got to start telling yourself, even if it's not spoken, even if it's just your thought, you essentially lie to your subconscious and you start saying money flows to me easily. Money is always flowing to me. I manifest money at will. Now, what's your belief about success? You know, are you destined for success? Are you born for success? And if you haven't been programmed that way, those are some of the affirmations that you want to start creating for yourself, is that I was born a champion. And now, because I really understand this, now with my children, I have an 18-month-old son, a 4-year-old daughter, and a 5-year-old daughter. And I'm aware of that external programming. And so what I'm always telling them, you know, if I ask them, what does it mean to be a Morris? They say it means I'm a champion. I'm programming them early on to have those, you know, positive beliefs about themselves, positive beliefs about their family. And, you know, what do you believe about network marketing? Now, that is a killer. If you've got a negative belief about network marketing, that's going to lead to negative results. Now, in another module, I'm going to cover network marketing, and I'm going to give you a rock solid belief on network marketing. And it's a lot of information that I don't care if you've been in network marketing for 10 years, you are going to want to have this information because you're going to want to be armed to train your people on it in prospects when they have negatives. And so here's the 3-step process to change. Number one, it's awareness of what your belief system is. And, you know, you have to look at yourself. And if you don't understand yourself, how can you expect to understand other people? You got to know yourself before you can really know other people. So you got to have awareness. And so once you're aware of the negative beliefs that you've been having and the negative thoughts and the negative statements that have been coming out of your mind and your mouth, step number 2 to change, it's understanding that the negative belief is nothing more than a lie. See, if you look at the middle 3 letters of belief, it's L-I-E. Beliefs are nothing more than lies we made up. Now, I'm not saying to any of the positive things or religious beliefs that you have, I'm not saying to discard those. I'm saying if it empowers you, you take those beliefs in, you accept them as reality, you accept them as truths. But the negative beliefs, the I'm not smart enough, I'm too shy, I'm too young, I'm too old, I'm the wrong color, I'm the wrong religion, I'm not a people person, I'm not charismatic, I'm not a salesperson. That's all a lie that you've made up based on experiences that you've had, based on external programming, based on internal programming. It is a lie. We just make it up, but based on those things. And so once you realize that the beliefs, the negative beliefs that you've had about yourself are not true, it's just something that you've made up, you just created out of thin air. See, nothing has meaning until we give it meaning. Then you can go to step number 3 and you can replace the negative with positive. Now, if you failed in network marketing for 5 years, get excited, because what that means is that you are an amazing network marketer because you know what not to do. You got 5 years of building a foundation. You got a really deep foundation. You are ready to take off. So instead of saying, I'm so broke, you start saying, I'm so wealthy. And it will be weird for you. It was weird for me, lying to myself, lying to my own subconscious. I consider myself to be a super honest, ethical person who tells the truth. It's one of it's like a family value of ours is to always tell the truth. And so, when I'm saying I'm a multimillionaire to myself, it was just incongruent. But what I had to do was realize if I wanted to change my belief system about myself, I wanted to change my identity, which is going to manifest itself in my results, I had to replace the negative with a positive. Again, I told myself I was a millionaire thousands of times before I ever had the results. And so once you get your beliefs right, then that leads to feelings, that leads to the motivation. And see, motivation exists when there's a difference between the results you're experiencing and the result.
Okay, so I want us to stop the video at this because I really want us to assimilate the first two factors. When we talk about activities, what are the activities you need to do in order to achieve massive success in our business? Mr. Matt Morris lined them up. He talks about programming, belief, feeling, and activity. Now, I don't want us to go further. Tomorrow being Wednesday, we'll complete the video. So now let's look into the two major factors he explained, programming and belief. So I have 10 minutes before I summarize. I want each and every one of us to tell me one thing that they learned from this from the video we watched. Is 38 minutes. One thing they learned from the video they watched, what struck you the most from this section of the video that we just watched? I want each and every one of us, once I call you, I'll mute you, then you share with me what you learned and how you're going to, don't just tell me what the points that struck you the most, but also tell me how you're going to apply it in your life and also in your business. Okay, Mr. Ahmed Umar, go ahead. Kindly unmute yourself.
Okay, good morning, madam. Good morning, all.
Yes, good morning.
I learned that in his presentation, he put emphasis on this the change of change of behavior. If you have any negative behavior, you have to change it to positive behavior, so that will put you close to people, or otherwise people may run away from you. And also have good expectation to other people as you wanted them to expect from you. If you expect negative to people, so also they will expect negative to you too.
Beautiful.
So beautiful. Yeah.
Okay, beautiful. Thank you
for
that.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, so thank you for that contribution. So he talked about the negativity and the importance to replace it with a positive belief. Now, it's not all about thinking negative. It's not all about approaching people in a negative way. It starts from you. If you listen to what he said success is not about what to do or how to do. Fundamental of success starts from who you are. It starts from within. It starts from you. And that's why he talked about our programming. Right from when we grew up, we've always been influenced by experiences of our circumstances, experiences of people around us, external factor. The definition of success and failure. And that is why you need to be careful when you're around your kids. Important. Okay, so I'll be unmuting Mrs. Aminu for her to share with us what she learned. Okay, Mrs. Aminu, go ahead, unmute yourself.
Good morning, ma.
Morning.
Concerning about the topic today, he talks about the debt zone or the value of debt.
Yes, the value of debt.
So when we look at that, is a reality that in the business or in life in general, that when you are growing, things is working out fine, there's a particular stage we'll reach, especially in business, that things will look as if they stand still. Your effort is to no avail, maybe external forces, when people around you, things are not going well. Then he told us that at that particular point in time, many people dropped, left the business, many people are disappointed, but it is a reality of things that happen to human being in life. That is the time of difficulties, time of challenge, that we should do what? We should sum up courage and move forward. That after that, there'll be success.
Beautiful.
So I really keen to that.
Beautiful. Thank you very much, Ma, for sharing with us on that. Okay, so Mr. Ayo Dennis, kindly unmute yourself. Mr. Ayo Dennis, kindly unmute yourself. Share with us what you learned.
Good morning, man.
Good morning, sir.
Yeah, welcome, man. What I really learned is a values of debt, where challenges are always be very perspective things in human life. Like me now, I have a lot of challenges. Challenges in the sense of being that I'm just coming on board and just to learn a lot of skills. Those people that I talk to, even on Facebook, some of them they become they are scanner. They want to take advantages of being calling them to be among us. And physically, the people that we make that we always go to, some of them have that this believe that the networking is just a scam. So they always want to run for us. But despite that, I still keep on moving. So a value of debt, that is challenges. I learned something from value of debt, which is challenges of life.
Okay, beautiful. Thank you very much. The value of debt. In fact, let me tell us something. The value of debt is simply the stage in our life, in our business, where life will test you if you're really worthy of the success you are demanding, the kind of life you want to live, that massively successful life you want to live. That is the time life tests you. When I was coming back to Lagos, the flight I took, my seat neighbor, I had to engage him in a conversation, and I was telling him something. He was like, I told him congratulations. He just finished his, he just graduated from school, finished his last paper as a final year student. I told him, congratulations, welcome to the school of real life. He said, why real life? He said, I told him, because now there will be no teacher, but life and experiences, failure will teach you. So always know that the value of that moment you're facing challenges. I call challenges sweet challenges. I'm always excited when I'm being faced with challenges, because I know at that point is when life is going to define me. If I'm a success or if I'm a failure, I know that that's the test life is giving to me for me to prove. Guys, if you're scared of challenges, then you don't deserve anything great and good in life. Simple as that. When you go to school, for you to move from JS1 to JS2, you write an exam. Is that not true? For you to move from one level to another, even in the university, level 1, level 2, level 3, you write exam for them to say, yes, you are certified for the next phase. But guess what? In life, it's the same thing that happens in life. When you are being faced with challenge, know that it's life that is testing. You need to prove to life that you are worthy of the next phase of life. And if you're not worthy, the life throws challenge at you and you fail your test, you remain where you are. So in our business, those of us that, okay, maybe one thing or the other, you're not seeing results, or you are having challenges, people are not saying yes to you, people are not connecting, people are not watching the video, or even if they watch, whatever aspect is your challenge in this business, know that is a test for you, meaning at that point is when you need to grow. Life demands you grow, because the only way you can face and succeed in the challenge you're facing is by you becoming more, knowing more, learning more, taking a different dimension and angle to what you've been doing before in order to make a difference. So when you're not having results, it's time to sit back, meditate, reflect, and do what? Ask questions from people that have achieved, from your mentors, from people that are above you and higher than you. Then do what? Apply, become different and apply it to do what? To greatness. So thank you for that wonderful contribution, Mr. Ayo Dennis. Okay, so Baba Wale Funke, kindly unmute yourself and share with us what you learned. While she's unmuting herself, I'll need Mrs. Ijoma Agugo. Kindly unmute yourself, ma. Yeah, Starman. So Ijoma Agugo, kindly unmute yourself. Share with us what you learned. Okay, I don't know if you guys are having network issues. Okay, why she's on that? Okay, Starman to Ijoma, good morning.
Good morning, ma'am.
Thank you.
Okay, this one, thank you for referring this one. It was really awesome. Now,
Okay.
there are a lot of that. The main thing I grabbed this one is that you should not allow other people's opinion about you to determine who you are. You know, their negative confessions, no matter how close that person is to you, even if that person is your spouse. Because this is what one see every day. You know, don't just let them know that in as much as that you love them and you know they love you, but they should just have respect for your own opinion, what you believe in. Politely tell that person. You know, at times one tend to react negatively, you know, the way the thing has come. But just like this morning that no matter how annoying the situation, but just politely tell that person that he knows you love you or you love him, but you should just have respect for what you.
That's wonderful. I learned something great. I learned something great from what you just said. Thank you very much for that point. She talked about still standing firm, even when your family, the influence of your family are affecting your decision and your level of action in the business you're doing, even when you're facing challenges. Very, 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 very true. That's wonderful. Thank you for sharing. So I'll be unmuting one more person, then we'll call it a day. Is it Makadrola? Kindly unmute yourself. Makadrola, kindly unmute yourself. While she's trying to unmute herself, Mr. Paul, if you're there, go ahead, unmute yourself. I just have 4 persons that will share, then we'll call it a day. Okay, Mrs. Bamidele, go ahead, ma'am.
Good morning, ma.
Morning, ma. How are you doing?
I'm doing great.
Thank you.
What I learned is similar to what Madam Ijoma, Madam Blessing that just talked now.
Okay, no, it's our star mentor, Ijoma Agubo.
Okay, star mentor Ijoma. She just read my mind. I would have said she copied my mind because don't allow people, don't just resign to what people talk about. You see, when you try to tell them about this business, they say, it's 419. Mommy, you two are joining them. Did this thing. I told them I rejected all those that have been coming, but this one, I can see the truth about it. So I try to let them know that they shouldn't judge that one. No, yes, I did that time, but I come to understand, and so I refuse to let them have that wrong impression that I have joined the scammers or this. No, even my spouse. And I look, they are deceiving you. This one is not matter of deceit now. It's reality. It's truth. So I really appreciate Mark Morris for sharing that.
Beautiful.
I learned that,
Beautiful.
and I still hold on to that now.
Beautiful.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. Now, it's one of our...
I came in late.
Okay, the video will be sent. The video will be sent. The video will be sent across.
Thank you very much.
Yes, and let's remember we are not done with the video. It's a 1 hour training. So we just listened to 38 minutes. Tomorrow we'll complete the rest of them. Okay, so thank you very well, thank you very much for your contribution on that aspect. We need to know that when people join a business, more especially our business, just the moment they join and they notice that they have to do work, they have to do a hard work must be done, they get scared and they give up. And the reason why they get scared and they give up is what? A few errors of judgment repeated every day. But people that join and they discover what needs to be done just because of the mindset, their belief system that you need to put in the work for you to achieve success, knowing fully well that the success equation says financial vehicle, which is, for example, the business we are doing right now, then multiplied by your efforts and multiplied by your skill. So thank you very much. I'll be unmuting the last person that I'll be sharing for today before I summarize our section today. Okay, Mr. Churchill, kindly unmute yourself. You and Madam Agnes, anybody that unmutes first, you can go ahead and speak. Okay, Mr. Churchill, go ahead. Good morning, sir.
Okay. Good morning and good morning, everyone.
Thank you, sir.
I just want to add to what every other person have been saying since, and that is actually looking at the foundation for network marketing success. Mark Morris says to build a really tall building, you have to dig a really deep foundation, which is very, very important for us. And equally told us about the formula for success, which says financial vehicle times effort and your skill. And then in this our business, there's a lifestyle success formula, which is between 1 to 7 years, which is a career plan. Your first year, you become competent. Then 3 to 5 years, you become full-time. And then 5 to 7 years, you become talk about 6 to multiple figure income. And then from 7 years and above, you become a world class. Then talking about also, which is very important, the programming, the belief, the feeling, the activity, the result, and the style. And he said that in your programming, 3 things affect your programming. Your experiences, which is either success or failure, your childhood circumstances, and then the external is about your friends, your family, culture, the media, your religion, your education, then law of association, which are very key. Then the most important one is said in that place is internal. That is very key. What you say and think about yourself matters a lot. And you must be sure that everything is actually from internal. And Ina said 3-step process to change. You must be aware of yourself. You must be conscious of what you're doing. You must understand. The second one is understanding negative beliefs that they are lies. Any negative belief, just say they are lies. And then what do? You replace your negative belief with positive. And with that, you'll be able to make success in this business. So again, the key to momentum, it says, is that believe in your network marketing, believe in your company, and believe in yourself. Thank you.
Wow, wonderful. That's really a whole summary of the 38 minutes video that we just watched right now. So thank you very much for that, Mr. Churchill. Thank you very much. So I really want us, even if you didn't go home with anything, go home with these questions. I need each and every one of us to ask ourselves this question. What do you believe about yourself? It must be positive, because whatever you believe about yourself becomes your reality. And that is why he said, replace your negative thoughts with positive thoughts. Even when most of the positive thoughts may seem not to be real. But he said, fake it to yourself until you make it. Instead of you saying, I am broke, say, I am wealthy, I am rich. Instead of you saying, I am ugly, say, I am beautiful. Instead of you saying, I'm not looking good, say, I am looking good. It starts with you. It starts from within. So what do you believe for yourself? Now, these questions I'm asking us, is an assignment for us. By tomorrow, you'll be reading out for me. I need you to use these questions and write affirmation, personal affirmations for yourself. It's an assignment you'll be submitting tomorrow. You'll be showing me yours tomorrow. So the first question is, What do you believe about yourself? Answer it in form of self-affirmation. I have a small jotter or a book where you're writing self-affirmation. This is mine. This is where I write positive things about myself. When I feel low, when I feel challenged, when I just, it's as if the word, let me tell you guys, the best motivation you can ever receive is the motivation and advice you give yourself. So I come back to this book. I call it my affirmation book. I write a lot of things about myself. Once I read it, I get empowered. Trust me on that. So the first question is, what do you believe about yourself? The second question is, what do you believe about other people? Now, this is a festive period. People say, yes, let me go out, let me pack up. I don't need to do business. Everybody is traveling for business. Nobody wants to do the business. It's a lie. When you see that nobody wants to do the business, trust me, you will not see anybody that will do the business. So your belief about other people matters. If you think negative in a negative way about other people, that is the response you receive from them. Don't tell me there's no money in Nigeria. It's a lie. There is abundance. Just like the guy I was speaking to in the plane on Sunday when I came back. He said, this Nigeria is fucked up. He can't wait to leave Nigeria. I told him, bro, in my next word, I want to be a Nigerian. There is abundance, stupid and bastard money in this country, and I'm going to make it. I don't care what people say about Nigeria. You see this festive period, oh my God, let me not talk too much. You guys should wait for the special program on Thursday by 7 p.m. How to end your year strong, how to finish strong. You see a lot of secrets about successful businessmen and their mentality and their mindsets, the right entrepreneurial mindset towards periods and seasons like this. So the second question is, what do you believe about other people? Do you know the moment you approach someone to prosper the person, and in your head you've already told yourself the person don't have money or the person will reject you? Trust me, that's the feedback you receive. They'll reject you. So your belief about other people matters a lot. You must create this positive belief about other people so that when you approach them, the response you receive from them is what? Positive. Now, set out positive affirmation towards your belief about other people. Now, the third question is, what do you believe about this world, about your country, your community, your state, the world in general? If you have a negative belief about the world, for example, you say, Nigeria is a messed up country. Nigeria will keep looking a messed up country in your eye. The same Nigeria that people are complaining is the same Nigeria that a lot of people are making stupid money. People are building amazing houses. People are buying exotic cars, the same Nigeria you are. So it's all about how you see things. So ask yourself, what do you believe about the world? Write down positive affirmation of what you believe about the world, about your country, about your state, about your nation, about your community and your environment. The next question is, what is your belief about money? You must write positive affirmations regarding your belief about money. I am wealthy. I am rich. I attract money. Money comes to me easily and effortlessly. Your belief about money attracts it. Money is a spirit. I'll keep saying this. Many of you have heard me say, money is a spirit. If you don't do this, if you don't do what needs to be done spiritually about money, you can't attract it. Money is a spirit. So write down positive affirmations regarding money, at least minimum 5. Now, the next question is what? What is your belief about success? What's your belief about success? Do you even believe in success? Do you even believe that if it's possible for others, it can be possible for you? Eminent Augusta is succeeding. You're seeing a lot of people succeed in our business. If it's possible for them, it's possible for you. The thing is, you need to ask the right question. Any challenge you're facing in this business, it means there's something you're not doing well. Don't blame it on others. In fact, whenever you're being faced with challenge, 70% blame should come from you. I said it yesterday. Ask yourself, what is it am I not doing? Then when you ask, what is it am I not doing better? That is where you now seek for mentorship. Reach to the people above you that are already succeeding. This is how I'm doing it. Is there another way? Even if you can't reach to them, the world is global. Ask Google. My mentor, one of my mentors always say there are 3 G that you must pay attention to in this world for you to succeed. The first G is God, and the second G is Google. Dangote said, anybody that is not succeeding in Nigeria today, the person made a decision not to succeed, because in the olden days, the wealthy people hide information about success, about their wealth. But today, everything is online. Go on Google. Go on YouTube, search for video. How can I prospect successfully on Facebook? How can I get the right audience on Facebook? How can I run adverts on Facebook? These are study. Go on YouTube. That thing that you are having challenges on, type it. Go on Google, ask the question. Things will appear for you. So ask yourself, what is your belief about success? Then write down affirmation, personal affirmation about your belief on success. Then the last question is, what do you believe about network marketing? What's your belief? If you think network marketing is all about buying and selling, then sorry, you have a wrong belief, and that's why you won't succeed. Network marketing is so much. In fact, guys, the level of network, in fact, this is my 4th year in this industry. The level of my growth in this industry, many of my mates that are employees just doing salary job have not grown to the level of which I have grown. Trust me on that. They have not. I told someone that I want to upgrade my career by because I'm a biochemist. They were like, will I go back to biochemistry? I said, I don't know, but right now what I'm working on is to start my MBA. And they were like, wow, why am I adding MBA? Because I need some things. In fact, right now I'm searching for courses. Yeah, I know network marketing is a course in the United States, of which I'm already searching on to know the different fields. I want to upgrade myself. You see, in this industry, I die here. So why am I saying that? Network marketing is the best thing that has ever happened to me. It's the best thing that have ever happened to a lot of people in life. Network marketing levels the battlefield, the battlefield of in the business world, whereby without anything, not knowing anyone, not even having so much skill or personal anything special about you, but with the mindset that you are willing to do whatever it takes to succeed, trust me, you'll be a success. It's a field, it's a business, it's a play field where the ground is leveled. There's no special criteria for you to succeed. All you need is your willingness and your hunger, willingness to take action and your hunger to succeed, and you succeed. So that's the assignment. So tomorrow I'll be waiting for our responses on that. So having said that,